All the things that we said when we were childless, that we said we would not do, and we are doing now.
Yes.
And we thought we knew it all when we had no kids.
Welcome to Mama's Playground, where we talk about parenting and all things life. This is Darlene.
And this is Monica.
Hello, Monica. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. So what have you been up to? I haven't even seen you in the past couple of days.
I did a shoot for Paradox Museum. So if you're ever, you live here. For those of you listening, if you're ever in Wynwood, Miami, you have to go. It opened in April. It's like optical illusion museum.
I saw pictures that you put on social media. I was like, what is she doing? I thought you were at a birthday party or something.
No, and I was like upside down. So it's really cool. It's a cool place to go and take pictures for social media. And, they have these things where like you're way bigger than the other person. Like it's all optical illusions. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And what about you?
I started working out. I started working out again.
Good.
It's been day 3. Today's day 3. Mm-hmm. But I'm on a roll because I'm actually waking up early and I'm getting into the class. I'm doing this hot yoga with weights. You come out of there drenched in sweat, but it's been 3 days and I'm feeling good.
Yeah, of course. Working out always helps. I need to get back to it. It's just, it helps, but then when I start working out, I'm like, something always happens. My ankle, my back. So anyway, it's not an excuse.
Darlene.
I just need, but I am
I'm going to buy you a cane, Darlene.
No, I am playing tennis with Fabian. We're doing couples tennis every Thursday morning.
Okay.
So
that's good.
You see, that's good. And nothing has been hurting. So anyway, getting better.
I was going to tell you, I like this shirt that you're wearing. I was going to say, is that Luna's shirt? But Luna's too young to know who Strawberry Shortcake is. This is my era.
Wait, first of all, it is my shirt. Second of all, she does have a Strawberry Shortcake that my sister gave her.
But does she know who she is?
No. Strawberry Shortcake. She has a Cabbage Patch.
Oh, Cabbage Patches.
I want to get her into the 80s.
The 80s.
Yeah. Which was your favorite 80s toys or dolls?
I liked everything. I even used to watch, I'm now thinking about it, I used to watch the Archies. Did you ever see Archies? Like the
comic book.
From the comic
book.
With
Veronica and Jughead.
Yes, I love that. Archies and Genie and, what was the Genie? Like the actual shows, though, that are not cartoons. Genie in a Bottle, was it?
Wait, so
did you ever see that?
Yeah, but wasn't that black, white, TBS,
kind of,
older?
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. Genie in a Bottle. Oh, and Bewitched. Did you ever see Bewitched?
Oh, how was it that she would do that? Wait, what was it?
And she would go like this with her nose. I can't do it now.
Was it the nose or was it like this?
I think that's the Genie. That's the Genie one. And
so
Bewitched,
you like all that stuff?
Oh, I loved all of that stuff. And I used to come home and watch that religiously. I loved it.
So no, My Little Pony.
Well, so cartoon-wise, My Little Pony. Care Bears.
Yes.
Oh, Care Bears.
Yes, I love the Care
Tom
Bears.
and Jerry.
We do have Care Bears at home too. Yeah, for sure.
How about Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, that too.
No?
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going off topic.
No, talking about what we're going to be actually discussing today, it's funny because I was doing this shoot for the museum and they hired me and Fabian. We were the models. So we were doing photos and video for their social media. Again, it's Paradox Museum in Wynwood, Miami.
Ooh, are you coming out on the avisos and all that stuff?
I don't know.
You're going to be
they're going to put our face in the front of the building.
Because I know that girl and I know that guy.
Yeah, and you work right by there.
I do.
3 minutes away. So you're going to be seeing my face.
Yes. And I know who that girl is.
So it was so much fun. And, the last couple of gigs that we've had have been mostly for Luna because she's into modeling now and all that. And it's crazy because I used to, I've been in the business for so many years and I used to go to shoots before having Luna. And I don't know, other models, actors, they would sometimes bring their kids. And it wasn't because they didn't have anybody to take care of the kids. They're like, oh, no, we like to bring them to work. And I used to say, why would you do that? I mean, why would you bring your kids to work?
Because you were childless.
So now we're doing this shoot. It was Monday and Tuesday. And on the second day of the on set, I had told Fabian, I'm like, what if we don't take Luna to camp and we bring her with us to work?
Dun, dun,
And I was like,
dun.
we didn't, you know.
Yeah.
And it was great because it was time that we spent together, working together in a fun
But you would have
gig.
brought her. You would have brought her.
Yeah,
Basically, you
yeah.
would have done exactly what you said
Yeah.
the other people were doing that possibly annoyed you at that time.
The only reason we didn't bring her, it's because we had other kids, pretend kids, like preteens. They were like, part of the
Oh, they were your
fake
kids?
family. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if she would have been there, she would have gotten jealous, and since she loves the camera, she would have been,
But maybe they would have said, let's bring her as the third child.
I think, she will enjoy it, and we're going to go back next week because we want to bring her. But I think it's probably a museum more for
Older kids?
Older kids.
Okay.
I think, it's such a photo op opportunity place.
I wanna go.
It's you want to put. I have so many pictures. I'm gonna be posting them. On from that.
I saw. And I was talking about the topic. Today's episode is basically about that. We were discussing, Darlene and I, like all the things that we said when we were childless, that we said we would not do, and we are doing now.
Yes.
And we thought we knew it all when we had no kids. Like, oh, I can't believe so-and-so did this and leaves their kid at the table with the iPad.
Oh my God. Have you spoken to my sister lately?
No, I have not.
I hear her here. And actually, and Joey.
She
her
gets
husband.
annoyed?
Because I used to, my nieces and nephew, they're older. The youngest one he'll be, 14 next month. And I remember we would go to dinner or our lunch, and he had the iPad, the tablet, or whatever, and I kept saying, "Why do you bring that? Why? I want to be able to talk to him." I was living in LA, so I would fly out here, and for me, it was like I wanted to spend time with
family time.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? Like I would never do that. And now when we go to lunch, and I bring Luna and the iPad,
if
they
you go
laugh
with your
at me.
sister,
they laugh at me. Yeah.
She's like, oh, look at who said they would never give the iPad.
I get that all the time. I just heard her when you were talking.
You know what's funny? Everybody does that because I used to do the same thing. For instance, with my sister-in-law. So I'm going to bring up my sister-in-law. She co-sleeps with her kids. She co-sleeps with them for such a long time. And before kids, I was like, why do you do that? Stop co-sleeping with them. Like, put them in their room. You need the time. Like, I would never do that when I have kids, Like, I had so much advice to give. Like, I was, childless.
Yeah.
And now with my kids, it's like, sometimes I'm falling asleep in their bed, or they're coming into mine, and it's all the rules, expectations, everything that you thought that parenthood was prior to having kids, which is so easy to think how you're going to do things, is definitely not that way. It's always different, right?
Yeah.
And you learn because you got these little humans. For instance, in my case, I've got two little humans that are so different.
I love how you say little humans.
They're so different from each other. And you treat them differently. And like, for instance, I'll get family members that come over. I'm not going to name any names. And they're, well, you don't do this. And you don't discipline hard enough. And you, and I'm like, dude, these are my kids. Yeah. Like, I do things now. I realize like you can't be judgy. You can't when you're in it.
Yeah. And you can never say never.
Yeah. You can
in
never say
every
never.
part of your life, but we're talking about this one today.
Yeah.
About all the times that we're like, oh, I would never do that when I have kids. Oh, or you judge. Why are they doing that on the airplane? Like, why?
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Or oh my goodness, I've seen that. Like I remember being childless, going on an airplane and seeing a lady with her child, and her child was having a meltdown. Actually, I'm sorry, it wasn't in a plane. I'm making that up.
But it happens.
It happened. This was at a restaurant. I'll never forget. I didn't have kids. We were sitting there with the family, and some guy that doesn't have kids got so annoyed because the kid was crying and crying and crying that he got up and he was literally like, I can't take it. And he asked the waiter to like move him tables, like so rude though. Mm-hmm. And the kid was having a meltdown and the parents trying to console them. And the kid, I get it. You're at a restaurant, but it's so easier said than done. Like I think this guy wanted like the parents just to like stop their dinner and leave now because their kid was having like a meltdown.
I mean, but okay. In a restaurant, when something like that happens, or
you get
church,
up and you go out.
You get up and you calm them down, and because people are paying to have like
dinner,
nice
and you have to respect the people.
And you have to respect that. But in airplanes, what do? And I remember, I would never be like pissed off because again, I have 7 nieces and nephews, and
they all behave differently.
I would never get like super mad. Oh, this kid is crying or anything. But I know that people would. But then once you become a parent, you realize there's nothing you can do about it. You have to,
But darling, there's ways
bring
to go
out
about
the
it.
iPad.
Well, how about this is just a food for thought. I mean, I get there's people that don't enjoy kids, but sometimes I feel like saying to them, dude, you were a kid at one point, or did you forget that you were at that age at one point? And I think these people tend to forget that. And I get it. Not everybody has patience for it. Not everybody's meant to be a parent or whatever. So I respect that. But I mean, sometimes people are having a hard day. Their kid's giving them a hard day. Like, what if that person, let's just say at the restaurant, would have gotten up, instead of complaining and adding the fuel to the fire and getting everybody in the restaurant wired up, getting up and saying, hey, or talking to the little kid, say, hey, trying to do something to kind of help these parents out, because they were going through a hard time too. They're trying to
How old
enjoy
was the kid?
I don't know, probably 6 or 7, but the kid was just like having a meltdown, and who knows what the meltdown was about, So
he didn't want chicken fingers. He wanted pizza.
I don't know what it was, but we can all assume it's just that we're very, again, when you're childless or when you don't have kids, because I've been there and I know, and I've been judgy, and I've been like, that's never gonna be me. I'm never gonna do that. I'm never just gonna give them a freaking cup of oatmeal at night for food. I'm gonna make the dinner. Bull. That's bullshit. Sorry. It's bullshit. I've given them oatmeal at night many times, and they go to bed because I did not have a chance to make a full-on dinner.
You know what? Whatever works for you, they'll be fine. Sometimes Luna just wants to have like Oreos. That's one thing. A lot of people, I'm just going to give them organic foods. Just organic food. I'm going to make all of their food at home. Yeah, that happens like at the beginning,
That was
and
me.
then and that was me. And now she loves Oreos like I did.
Yeah,
growing up, I would have Oreos all the time, and I'm here, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But again, it's about balancing it out. But at times, for example, she'll want to have Oreos before dinner. Anybody could call me crazy. Every kid is different. It works with her. Like with her, honestly, she can have dessert and then have like a full
on meal
on her broccoli, chicken, fish, whatever and my mom's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, what? It works.
She eats it, and she still
She
eats her
eats
food
it.
afterwards. Yeah,
and she does.
Yeah. No, everybody tends to judge. Like I'm trying to think of like the other things that I said to myself I wouldn't do. So definitely iPad was one of them.
Yeah.
Co-sleeping was one of them. I was like, no, me and my husband have to have time with each other. Like, how are they going to be sleeping in between us? Like, you need that couple's time, which is true.
Yeah.
But I'm still doing it. Like, I still allow them sometimes to come in bed.
How often do they
co-sleep.
sleep with you guys?
Lately, though, I'll be honest. Like, lately now, Noah, which is the littlest one, he'll go to the room first, actually. He's a little bit more independent in that way.
To his room.
And Jacob, which is the older one, he loves to have us near him. So we always try, and I think we talked about this in an episode prior, I think with Roxy or something, and she's like,
Yeah.
you don't do that, but it happens. I would go and we try to put them to sleep, and then as long as we're there, they'll fall asleep. But sometimes, I end up falling asleep, or Benjamin ends up falling asleep, and we don't move to the other room again, So.
And it's so good. Like, it feels so good because you have them so close to you, and
I love it.
It's so safe, which is what we want as parents. We want to have our kids safe, and there's no safest place than in our arms at night.
Or that you have them next to you. It's just it's yumminess. It's yumminess.
So, Luna, call me crazy, you listeners over there. It's okay. Again, don't judge. Luna, now we're getting her out of the crib. She has a huge, comfortable crib. She never tried to sneak out of the crib or anything. So it was like, it worked for us. So yesterday was the first time that until we get the bed next week, she slept like on the mattress outside of the crib. And I told my husband, I'm like, be ready, because now she's going to be coming into our bed. And exactly at 5:30 in the morning, she was like coming to our bed. And I mean, not that again, I'm probably saying no and it's going to happen. We don't want this to become like a habit now
pattern.
that she gets to get out of her bed. But when it does happen, it's, cherish the moment, because before you know it, because time goes by so fast, like my dad was saying, like cherish every moment. Before you know it, they're going to be like preteens. It's going to be like, oh, mom, please get out of
And they
my
will
way.
eventually get out of the
Yeah.
room. It's true. It's like, when I would tell my sister-in-law all the time, like, listen.
How old are they still sleeping with your sister-in-law?
No, that's the
this was
thing.
before.
No, this was
Okay.
before. Now they're like, 12, 13, whatever.
yeah.
Now it's like, I don't want to sleep with you, mom. Like, I've got better things to do, play roadblocks or whatever, But it's true. It's like, and I try to tell that to my parents sometimes too, because obviously they're more old school thinking. So they have their way and they're very, proper, and it shouldn't be like this. And the kid should be in bed by 8 and, and this and da-da-da. And
let's not talk about at what time the kids go to bed, Monica.
I know. Well, we've talked about this before. But let me tell you, I've tried to get better. We're trying to get on a schedule. That's my fault, though. That's our fault. Because, again, we've mentioned this on several episodes. Actually, this has come up a bunch of times.
And you blame it on Benji, right?
No, I don't blame it. I mean, look, he comes home late from work. And so when I come home late from work, too, I want to see them. So he comes home late from work, and then he wants to, spend some time with them. So by the time that he finishes all that, and they eat, and this and that, it's 9:30. By the time that they actually fall asleep, it's like 10:30. Sometimes we luck out. Like right now, I have the kids in camp, and I had never put Noah anywhere. Noah's never been in school. He's always been with me or his grandmother's. And now that he's in camp, he comes home exhausted, Darlene.
And you're like, yes. But don't let him nap.
He doesn't nap.
Okay,
No.
good,
He gets home exhausted. Then he goes, like, for instance, he goes from camp. When he gets out of camp, I take him to karate.
What?
Okay. Yes, he does half an hour of karate. By the time that it is 6 o'clock, that kid is on the sofa, falling asleep, and I'm like, no. You need to wake up. You need to wake up because otherwise, he needs to eat dinner, and I don't eat dinner at 6. I eat dinner around 7:30. So I'm like, eat dinner, and then you can go to sleep. By the time that he hits the pillow, like the past 2 weeks have been phenomenal because he goes and he passes out and he literally puts his little hands under like his head and he just is so satisfied with his day and he goes to sleep and he doesn't wake up till the next morning till like 9. If it was for him, it would be 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
And it's very important for you. So you can have like your own personal time. So we can have our meetings at night for the podcast. So you can be with Benji. It's important to put them to. But again, you say that, and then the other day Luna went to bed like at 11 o'clock, and that's when she woke up the best.
You see?
When she went to bed late. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, maybe I'll give her curfew to 11. But then you and Fabiana are like, wait a second, we don't have time for each other. It's things. And I hate it when people in general, because I've done that too. It's like, I think of this as like the analogy of like the physical trainer, right? Like you see the fitness trainer that every day you see them like consistently being on social media, working out every day. And all of a sudden you find them on the road one day and they're eating a cheeseburger with fries and they're drinking 3 margaritas. And all of a sudden you go,
that sounds really good right now.
That is not a personal trainer. Look what she's doing. Dude, people are allowed to fall off the wagon. Not everything is black and white.
Yeah.
Not everything. But you see...
So GI.
So militant. You know what I mean? It's not. Life is life. One day you're going to slip. One day you're going to follow the schedule. One day you're going to give them the iPad all day and you're going to go, damn, I did that. And you're going to feel guilty about it. Mom guilt, But then you're going to go, okay, tomorrow's another day and we'll fix it or, do something different today.
Yeah. Again, I go back. I'm such a Libra to balance. For example, the pediatrician one time told me, don't sit them in front of the TV for long hours. But it's different, like sitting them there or just like putting the TV as a background.
Music.
And then they're like playing with their toys. Like it's fine. And with the sleeping thing, we do let her sleep with us on weekends. If we want to do our thing, there's other parts of the house.
Or you just like leave her on the bed and drop to the floor later, No, we're not going to go into those temas here. This is mama's playground.
Well, exactly. It's mama's playground. We get to talk about the naughty.
Yeah. Oh, no. We don't want to talk about that.
Not today, but we will.
Oh, Lord.
Another thing, the yelling. Oh, my God.
I said I would never yell.
You know how I'm never going to yell at my kid at Walmart or, because you see these parents like
losing it.
I mean, I don't. I do it outside. But it's something that I do want to change. And Fabian just sent me something yesterday talking about how yelling affects. I'm like, why are you sending that to me?
Are you yelling more than you think?
I mean, it's not that. Again, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm louder. I'm very like, and... I don't know. So sometimes, again, I'm with her more time than he is. So he'll come to me and why are you yelling? And I'm like, because I've told her to stop doing this 5 times already. Yeah. So you get to come on, like, stop.
That your cup is
Stop
full
it,
already,
mommy.
and you're like,
Stop it. Mira, carajo.
I know.
And that's when he walks out. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, you just showed up, okay? This has been going on for an hour.
And you're the bad person now.
And I'm the bad person.
And you've been there all day.
But she did tell me the other day, like, Mom, don't talk to me like that. And I felt horrible. Oh, my God. Because it's true. It's true. Sometimes I have a strong character. All my family and my friends that know me, they must be listening and being like, yes. Because I've been told that forever. But yeah, now as a mom, I don't want her to be like that. I don't want her to be like, you know, in future relationships, or even to me, because sometimes now she's at an age, she's answering back and talking back at me, and I'm like, what did you just say?
And you're 4.
And then I'm like, shoot, I did say that to her, you know, the other day. So, yeah.
They repeat everything. So Benjamin sent me, just going off topic a little bit here, Benjamin sends me a video yesterday that...
Why do they keep sending us?
They said, well, he said, no, this video is of Noah, okay?
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to show my parents, because if I show, I mean, if they ever listen to it, it's like, what video? Let me see the video. But he's there with his little cousins, and he's going, what the F? What? He's 3.
What the f?
Yes. I'm not even going to say the word, obviously, because this is, you know, we're going to keep it, you know, PG here, but what the F? And I was like, what? Where did he get? First of all, I don't say that in my house, so I don't know where he got that from, but he picked it up from somebody, maybe a younger cousin or something like that, and he was repeating it throughout the whole video in the house. And as funny as it is, I'm like, no, he's gonna start school, and if he starts saying what the F, I'm gonna be getting phone calls from the teachers saying, hey, what do you guys talk about at home?
Because you're like, it's not even at my house.
Yeah, because I don't. I really do try. If anything, the worst thing they've probably heard me say is shit, which I do say on this podcast. So, but you know, anyways, that's off topic. But yeah, we say a lot of things that we're not going to do before having kids. And then it's funny because when you're in it, it's so different. Like when you have your childless friends, because I have friends still that, you know, never got married, don't have kids, and probably are not going to have kids. They are very like, you should do this. You should do this. That's not the way to do it. You should do this. And it's so easier. It's so easy for somebody on the other side to say that when they don't have to deal with it on a day in, day out, you know, or they don't know how your kid is. It's also goes, and it pertains to people that have kids. Yeah. Because sometimes you'll look at, let's say you're looking at me and like, Monica, I would never let Luna do that. But every kid is different. You know, there's certain things that I would let Jacob do that at this point I wouldn't let Noah do, because I don't trust that Noah won't get hurt by doing something.
Because they're completely different.
Because they're completely different. So, you know, you as a parent have that instinct, and you manage, you know, how, you know, their emotions and their characters somewhat differently, you know, and everybody gets so judgmental. So judgmental. Everybody has an opinion. Let's put it that way. Everybody.
And it's another example. It's like spoiling them. I used to say, you know, I'm not going to be buying them stuff all the time. And now it's just yesterday. I'm like, Mom, I want this. And it's like, you know what?
I want to get her something.
Why not? Yeah. It's not expensive. It's right in front of me. It's going to make her happy. It's not going to take too much room in my house. Okay, Mama, let's do it.
Yeah.
But I used to say that. Like, oh, no, buying stuff all the time. No, for Christmas and birthdays. That's it.
I guarantee you, if anybody is listening to this that is not a parent, or you're an aunt, or you are, well, and like, let's say an aunt, or you've got, you know, I don't know, friends with kids or whatever, and you're sitting there going, oh, I would never do what so-and-so when I have kids. I guarantee you that one day, if you do have kids, that you will look back and say, man, it is true. Everything I said that I wasn't going to do, I've at least done once. I'm not saying you do it on an everyday basis, but you've at least done it once. I'm not going to feed them fast food. You know what? You probably did it more than once.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave them with the iPad. Wow. With technology, screw it. You know, now the iPhones and all, I'm sure you're going to do it more than once, you know? So there's a lot of things.
Yeah. And our kids are young right now. They're 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
We cannot do that with the parents that have teenagers. It's the same thing. We have to also, for example, in this shoot that we were doing, the preteens that were there, now the girls wear these shorts. Oh my God.
Daisy Dukes.
Super, 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 super shorts. And I go to Fabian, you know what? When Luna's that age, she's not going to be wearing those shorts. And he told me, be careful what you say. You never know. And I'm like, oh, man, that's true.
It's true.
So even, we right now where we are sitting, we cannot judge the parents of the teenagers.
And we will.
Because it's like they always have, and it's like the shorts, and then like the big ass iPhone in their pocket in the back, and they're sitting. 3 of these kids were sitting there like on their phone the whole time, not socializing, not talking to anybody,
like on TikTok or something.
And sometimes I talk to the kids, like I'm not talking just about the ones we just work with, but in general, they're on the phone, and when they look up and you're talking to them, sometimes they act like morons, like huh. What? Because they're so into whatever they're reading or
they're so consumed
into everybody else's life. Because when you go on TikTok and all that stuff, you're consumed in what everybody else is doing, and you're forgetting what's in front of you. It pisses me off.
We've talked about this though, because it happens even to us.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to tell me there hasn't been, because there's been times where I'm sitting there and I get so entertained by watching, I don't know, some stupid like thing, but it just has me entertained, and I'm reading the captions, and you might be talking to me at the same time. I'm like,
it happens all the time with you, Monica.
What did you say?
It happens.
Well, I guess it's a personality thing, but yes, people are consumed by their phones, by the tablets, by this and that. And you know what? I have guiltiness to that too, because I work a lot from my phone.
Yeah.
So I say to myself, like, it's true. It's easier to judge. And it's not that we're going to stop judging, because it's human nature to have an opinion and look and say, I'm not going to do this, or I am going to do this, or, oh, no, look at what Susie did over there. You know what I mean? Like, it's human nature, but it's always a thing of, and I think we've, again, spoken about this on different episodes. It's a thing of stepping back and going, hey, let's not be so judgmental, because you really don't know what that other person deals with, how their kid is, why they give them the iPad all the time. Like, I have a story. I remember working for the YMCA years ago. YMCA, I must have been like 16 years old. And I had all these little kids under me that I was, go play outside with, this and that. And there was one little girl, I'll never forget her name. It's been so many years, obviously, that I could say the name. Her name was April. Okay. And she was a little obese girl. Like, she was obese. She was 4 and she was obese. So when I say obese, like, I felt bad every time I'd see her. It was sad, because she could hardly run with the other kids. She could hardly do, and obviously this is a health concern, okay? And her mom would come, and on the YMCA, they would give free snacks. They would give like cookies and milk and this and that. And at the end of the day, the mother, I would see her. She would come in super exhausted, tired. She had bags under her eyes. She would be walking like, okay, April, come on, get your book bag. We got to go. And April would start, I want cookies. I want milk. But I put this thing, like, I still have the visual in my head. And I would feel so bad, because the little girl, she was so cute, but she was heavy. And the mom was like, just take it, April. Like, there was leftovers. She's just like, take it. And in my mind, I would say to myself, oh my God, this mom, like, what is she doing? Doesn't she see her daughter has a problem? But now, let's fast forward now.
Yes.
I'm not condoning that. Obviously, this is a health concern. I don't know, we could say, oh, she's just lazy. She doesn't want to deal with her kid. We could assume so many things, but we really do not know what happens in somebody's household. Why she's just gotten to the point where maybe she threw in the towel and said, you know what, just take it. I just can't anymore. You don't know what's happening with that person, So that's where I say even though I could be judgmental as well, we have to sometimes step out and look and say, we don't know.
It's about, we don't know what's going on. We don't know why there's a family having dinner and 4 of the kids are like under iPad or phones, because I see that and it makes me mad. But then, you know what? It's not my problem. It's not my family. That's one thing that we have to learn, that I have to learn, not to judge and just let it go. If it's not affecting me, let it go.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I always say, if everybody had that mentality, we would be in such a better place in every sense of the way. I'm not going to get into politics and all that here, but when it comes to politics, it comes to religion, it comes to your kids, it comes to this. If everybody would stop for 1 second and just listen and maybe kind of try to understand without first assuming that you know what somebody's going through, or why they think this way, or why they did this, or why their kid behaves such a way, this and that. Again, you have to take responsibility. Like for me, I know that, sometimes, and the truth is, I give my kids the iPad because I just need 30 freaking minutes to myself. And another parent that may not have had the iPad because they were growing up in a different era, and they're like, we didn't give our kids those things. They played outside. Well, now they don't play outside now. I just need 30 minutes, and the iPad is the best way for me to do it.
And again, it's balancing. I used to say no iPad, and I do. I give it to her sometimes when I know that, she was in camp all day, she has swimming later, or she has dance, or this and that. It's okay to give her the iPad. And most importantly, what are they watching on the iPad at this age? Like, make sure I have
parental
control. And this app that I absolutely love, which is Kidopia. We've talked about this before. I give that to her, and I see her practicing math and science and reading and letters and
things that are learning.
And she loves it. So I'm like, if you're studying, you just got out of school and you want to play with the iPad, she knows it's only Kidopia that she can use, and she loves it.
Yeah.
And so it's also a matter of again, balance.
On that note, because we could keep ranting about this. I could find other things, but we're not going to go there.
Yes.
Was there anything else that you could think of that maybe you said in your life that you would not do once you had kids?
No. It was mostly the iPad. Now when I look at the teenagers, the cell phone use and the shorts. No.
Darlene, don't put it out there into the universe, because Luna's going to turn 13, 14. She's going to come out with a crop top and Daisy Dukes and go, Mommy, I'm going out with my friends to the mall. And you're going to go, what?
Oh, my
And then you're probably going to be like, okay, mija, okay, that's fine at that point,
I'm like, okay, but put this sweater around your waist just in case it gets cold and the sweater's all the way to the knees.
I tell you, because you have a girl, obviously.
It's going to be harder.
It's going to be harder because you have the girl, and, nowadays the little girls are looking like they are, I don't know.
Ay, Dios.
Yes. So.
Ay, Dios.
Ay, Dios, lo que te espera.
Oh, my God. Well, yes. Next week, we're going to be talking about pet peeves, which I think we mentioned some today.
Doreen has a lot.
No. I have a lot. But yeah, this was fun. And so the takeaway for today's episode, don't judge and don't say never.
And never say never with anything, because you just don't know.
We just said never say never. So did we just say never?
Yeah, we did.
Never say never.
Never say never, never. Anyways.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Follow us, subscribe, and share, and all that stuff. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.